私はアイリス。誇り高い正義の剣だ。
Well, everybody and their mother called it, since Rockman X DiVE made it super duper obvious in the latest event. But this week, Iris Another is indeed coming to the D-Blog in the form of a Dive Festival banner. Hope you didn't waste all your medals on Colonel. For those not in the know, Iris Another is a what-if character cutting deep into the X series lore. You see, Colonel and Iris were originally supposed to be one Reploid. Colonel representing the perfect soldier, and Iris representing the Reploid with the most caring heart. But apparently chivalry is dead in 21XX, so they weren't able to implement those two traits into one Reploid. Thus they decided to split it into two Reploids, hence Colonel and Iris. Those of you who have played Mega Man Battle Network may remember that they reused the same lore for Battle Network 6, where Colonel EXE originally had Ultra Strength and Kindness until Dr. Wily stripped the kindness away from Colonel and made it into Iris EXE. At the end of Battle Network 6, however, we did see Colonel and Iris EXE refuse together to take down one of the side beasts for good. Upon fusing, Colonel sported a golden color scheme, but unfortunately the fusion was not meant to last, because due to a program devised by Wily, when Colonel and Iris are fused together, they will explode after a few seconds. And that's exactly what happened. Over in Mega Man X4, Iris salvages the remains of Colonel's memory chip after Zero kills him, fusing it with her own programming, which caused her to go out of control. Not that the fact that Zero killed her brother helped matters, resulting in the right armor that she pilots during the boss fight. So that was X4 and Battle Network 6's vision of what the ultimate Reploid fusion would be. But now with the introduction of Iris Another and Rockman X DiVE, we have a third take on the concept. Like I said, this is a what-if character if Iris and Colonel did fuse together without any of the penalties or negative side effects. In this case, this is Iris once again using Colonel's program to fuse, becoming a swordswoman herself, taking on not only the saber, but Colonel's personality as well. Man, imagine if this was the boss fight we got in X4. It would not only make the fight more memorable, but she may have actually stood a chance against Zero. And well, with that little history lesson, we've covered the intro animation quite nicely. So now let's talk skills. The first being Lightning Flash. I complained last week about Colonel not having his own Thunder skill, despite it being the intro animation, and it looks like Iris Another is trying to make up for that. Although, Iris's version is a lot like Zero's Raijin Geki technique from X4, except you can use it in mid-air now, and with practically no wind-up time at all. Meanwhile, the second skill is what you really need to watch out for, because holy crap, Iris has a counter. Counter stance allows Iris to be invincible for a few seconds before allowing you to unleash a horizontal spin attack that takes up nearly the entire horizontal distance of the screen. It appears you will be able to move out of the stance in order to line up your counter attack as well. Furthermore, the trailer reveals that the counter stance allows you to heal when you get attacked while in the stance. And this can be triggered every time you use counter stance, so that is definitely a passive skill you want. And unfortunately we don't have any further info on chips or passive skills, because just like the Colonel trailer, the Iris Another trailer is identical between both the Japanese and Asian social media accounts. Either they finally realized it was kind of redundant making two trailers, they didn't want to spoil the chips and passive skills anymore, or this is a temporary measure since Iris Another and Colonel are kind of special, at least in regards to the X series. Who knows, I guess we'll find out later. But for now, that's all for Iris Another. Her Dive Festival banner goes live this Wednesday, April 28th, and as always will only last 1 week, until May 5th. I'm sure at this point I don't even have to ask if you guys are going to try polling for Iris Another, but hey, tell us about it in the comments anyway, and may the incredible odds in quotation marks be ever in your favor. In other Mega Man news, it's been a while since we covered the formation of the new Capcom Sound Team band, known as CAPTUNE or Cap Jams in this case. Either way, it's a nice little pun, so I like it. Well, last week, CAPTUNE finally came out with their very first album, which is titled One, very original. It includes 4 tracks. The first one is called We Are CAPTUNE, where if you don't know already, you get to learn how to spell Capcom. No, I'm not kidding. That's all it is. So then the remaining 3 tracks are the real meat of the content here. And these 3 newly arranged tracks originally made their debut during the Rockman Live 2020 concert last year. Now we can hear them in their studio quality glory. They are Running Through the Cyberworld from Mega Man Battle Network 1, Esperanto from Mega Man 04, and of course you can't have a Mega Man remix album without it, Dr. Wily Stage 1 from Mega Man 2. There's your obligatory cover for that CAPTUNE. See what I did there? I listened to these tracks already on my own, and overall I really like it a lot. Personally, I prefer the Running Through the Cyberworld from the 15th anniversary Rockman EXE album, but that's not to say this one is bad. It's just a nice alternative to that track. And besides, music is always subjective, so I encourage you guys to listen for yourselves and tell us what you think in the comments. My personal opinion, not too bad for a first album. I'm looking forward to seeing what else CAPTUNE puts out in the future. How do you listen to these tracks? Well, I'll tell you right now, the easiest way to do it currently is through YouTube. That's because the album has been uploaded directly to YouTube for you to watch in a playlist. We'll have a link to that in the description below. Otherwise, the album is available for free on Spotify, or you can get it on iTunes or Amazon for 450 yen. In US dollars, that's roughly $4.20. Blaze it! Here's the big catch, however. The album is only available on iTunes and Amazon Japan, so you are going to have to make a Japanese account to get them that way. For Spotify, it is also region locked, only being available in Japan and Europe. So if you are planning to rock out to these tunes on Spotify, be prepared to make another account or use a VPN. I'm not sure how that works, but either way, keep that in mind. Like I said, you may as well just listen on YouTube the way that I did personally. And hey, while you're at it, do you like Mega Man Battle Network tunes as well? If so, you are in luck because the Rockman EXE soundbox has also been put on Spotify and YouTube. Better yet, the Rockman EXE soundbox appears to not be region locked, at least for me, because I'm playing the soundbox on my US Spotify account right now. And yes, it is quite glorious having all 281 tracks, spanning across Battle Networks 1 through 6 and even Battle Chip Challenge. 6 hours and 14 minutes of Battle Network goodness for free. Now with this particular release, it was pretty surprising and has got some people speculating, hey, does this mean the Battle Network Legacy Collection is happening? Well, while it's true that this is definitely to celebrate the EXE 20th anniversary, I don't personally believe that the soundbox being uploaded for free is any indication of a collection happening. If anything, this release could disprove the existence of a collection by showing that Capcom has no plans for a collection, because if they were making a collection, making all these tracks available through the music gallery in said collection would have made a lot more sense. Kinda takes the thunder out of a music gallery like that when all the tracks are available for free anyways. But hey, I'm not Capcom, so what do I know? Well, luckily for us, we can learn a bit more about Capcom's sound team thanks to a whopping 21-minute documentary about Cap Jams, CAPTUNES, and Capcom sound team in general that's been uploaded to the Capstone Capcom Sound official YouTube channel. And surprisingly, this documentary has English subtitles, so you can actually understand what the heck they're saying. Wow, what a concept! But anyway, through this documentary, you will learn how the CAPTUNE band was formed, their participation in the Rockman Live 2020 concert, a bit about how Capcom's sound team works, and more. Definitely worth a watch if you're interested. We'll have a link to it in the description below. Gotta say, I like this recent trend of Capcom re-releasing all their video game soundtracks on things like Spotify for free, because when you look across the pond, you're gonna see companies like Nintendo not re-releasing all their soundtracks and yet cracking down on people re-uploading the tracks on YouTube. So at least with companies like Capcom putting out their old stuff, it's just a way for people to access that musical goodness without either A, breaking the bank, or B, losing the content forever. Preservation, guys. It's important. Now we just need Capcom to preserve the Rockman Live 2020 concert. We got some of it, but not all. In the meantime, are you guys excited for the Rockman EXE soundbox being for free? What do you think about those new remixes from Cap Jams, CAPTUNES? And actually, while you're at it, tell me, which of the 3 remixes was your favorite? Not gonna lie, the track is so overdone, but I gotta say, CAPTUNE's version of Dr. Wily Stage 1 was pretty awesome. I enjoyed it a lot. There's a reason why everybody remixes it after all. And to end things off, here's a reminder that Making Mega Man Code Legend is having its Kickstarter campaign begin tomorrow, April 27th at 11 a.m. Eastern. Again, this is not a traditional Kickstarter. It's more like a pre-order system where the amount of pledges they get determines how many units they'll actually produce. So if you do want to get in on this educational piece of software, pre-ordering through Kickstarter is highly recommended. And while you wait to receive your copy, you can check out the new 4.5 minute Making Mega Man Code Legend overview trailer. It essentially walks you through all the information that we covered in previous videos. A little bit how to program your own games, how to use the Robo 2.0 accessory to do all the motion control stuff, telling you what's actually in the package, and more. If Making Mega Man Code Legend is up your alley, this is definitely worth a watch. Link in the description below. And that will do it for our Mega News Roundup for today. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and be sure to keep it locked on ShadowRockZX for more on all things Mega Man. Thank you to our channel members, including SA class supporter Vent Crystals, and GA class supporters Austin Buford and Ren Amamiya. Oh my god, Joker himself. Jokes aside, you guys' support is what keeps us going, so thank you so much. Until this week's Rockman X DiVE stream, and a little unboxing I'm editing right now, rock on and have yourselves a great day or night.